Yes, sir.
Council meeting to order. There we go. I want to welcome everyone who's here tonight for the meeting. This is a little bit different meeting. It's special for a couple of reasons. So with the council's indulgence, I'll just make a couple of announcements. This is actually our first meeting with our new county manager, Josh Edwards, and we are glad to have you here. We welcome you and your family here. This is all of day 6, so I'm sure you are taking a drink of water out of a fire hydrant right now. Yes. But we are excited to have you here, and we're looking forward to doing the work of the people with you leading. I do also want to make sure that we recognize David Hudspeth, who has served as our county manager for the past since 2019. David is very humble, and he doesn't like the limelight. I kept telling him, we need to do something special and announce you for a meeting tonight. He said, no, Christy, I don't want to do that. I'm not for that. And if you know David, you know that suits him well. He's always very laid back and doesn't have to be the center of attention. But I do think it's important that we recognize him, and also to invite you and to invite everyone who's watching at home that we are going to do a proper send-off on this Thursday at the Government Center between 4 and 6. We ask and invite you all to please come out and join us and do a proper send-off for David. He has done a lot of work for here at the county, and he's like family. Anytime someone leaves who we've worked with so closely, it's like losing a family member. I'm not sure how many challenges one man can take, but he's had a lot on his plate. I mean, if you look back, and I just did this when I was looking back over the times, he had the fortunate luck to be the county manager right when COVID hit. Who would have wanted that job? Well, he got it. We also had to do redistricting, which is a huge issue. We had the Panthers excitement come across our table. We took over a water franchise. We embarked on a park system. We have done a lot of great things over the past years, and we appreciate all the service that David has given to us. We hope that you will come with us and celebrate him. And we wish him well in his new endeavors. And with that said, I'm going to turn this over to Allison Love for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, please be with us as we welcome a new leader in York County. Lead us to wise decisions for all in our community, and grant us steadfastness and endurance to get through challenging times. Please be with those we know who are dealing with health issues and give them strength and recovery. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do not have any oath of offices or appearances tonight. We do have our public forum session, which we are getting the list right now, hot off the press. When I call your name, if you'll come forward, and please give your name and address before you start addressing the council. This is an opportunity for us to hear from you, so we don't engage, we just listen to you. I will remind you that you do have 2 minutes. There will be an item on the screen that will let you know when you get to a warning spot, and then it will start flashing when it's red. If you can kindly cut off your comments at that point, then I don't have to, and I appreciate it. First up, Ray Williams.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ray Williams, and I live at 313 Squirrel Lane, Lake Wylie. I'm the diabetes chair for the River Hills Lake Wylie Lions Club, the largest and most active Lions Club in the Carolinas. I'm here to first thank the council and councilperson Allison Love for their past support. Due to your support and the local businesses and generous neighbors, the Lions will be sending 18 children with type 1 diabetes to a 5-day overnight camp at Camp Sweet Escape in Winnsboro, South Carolina. The Lions will give full scholarships to the kids from Clover, York, and Rock Hill school districts. Listen to this. Our goal is to provide full scholarships to every diabetic child in York County. Parents have told me that the first time they knew their child had type 1 diabetes was when they went into a coma and had to be rushed to an emergency room. They also told me that sending their child to a camp was a life-changing event for the child and for the entire family. The head nurse of Rock Hill told me that a parent told her that she prayed every day that she didn't kill her child. This is a devastating disease. The Lions need your support. Sign up for the race. Donate to the cause. To send every child in York to camp, we need to expand our fundraiser to a full community event next year at Wooden Farm. Can you help us make this happen?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I did it in less than 2 minutes.
Maybe Mary Williams will pick up your slack. She's coming up next.
Okay, Ray, I need you to wear this hat now, okay, because we're going on to other topics.
Those are my people, y'all.
I'm gonna put it down here. Okay, hi, I'm Mary Williams. I live in District 2. I've sent you an invitation to our event at Red Fez Club on May 18th this year. I also sent you an email asking you for funding requests, and it also has a little bit of our story. 61 years we've been putting on this event for underserved children. We give them a day of swimming, fishing, boating on Lake Wylie. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. I was in the Camp Thunderbird parking lot last year, and I saw children and families arriving in their pajamas. Now, I know these families had not had breakfast yet, so we have added hot breakfast and juice to our events for when they arrive. That's in addition to the hot lunch that we serve them. Then last year at Camp Thunderbird, a mother told us a story and thanked us for having this day and this event of fun things at Camp Thunderbird. She and her 4 children were living in a tent in the backyard of a friend. And it was a great break for them to get away and have this day on the lake of fun. Just last Friday, I was at the Children's Attention Home spring opening, and they were telling me, we're talking 2 days ago or 3 days ago, that having events like this to take their children to and get them off campus and having fun and doing new and exciting activities is very rewarding and life-changing for them. So the Boys and Girls Clubs of York County, Mr. Roddy, I saw your YouTube when you were donating to them at the basketball court. They are going to be our largest customers, and you're going to cut me off. I hope to see you all at the events.
Thank you,
you very much.
Thank you. Cynthia Monty.
Good evening. My name is Cynthia Mooney. My address is 368 Cedar Grove Road, and I'm speaking on case 2412, which is not on the docket tonight, and it has been deferred. I figure you all know why this matter was pushed back. The zoning official and Mr. Tony Moore had given everyone misinformation. The parcel is zoned 100% AGC. As far as county regulations, 2 houses can be placed on this property anyway. As I was researching, I found that the Sigmunds had divided and already sold most of their parents' property. Therefore, a small subdivision has already been created with 9 lots. As a resident, I have lost confidence and feel frustration with the zoning official that was here that night and prepared the report, and for not giving you, the county council, the correct information. This report was created without thorough research. As Councilman Roddy said, last week, 2 weeks ago. Thank you for allowing me to get this off my chest.
Thank you, ma'am. Dean Ham.
My name is Dean Ham. I live at 411 Cedar Grove Road. This is also referring back to case 2412. After much looking at pictures and discussions about the land being split, zoned, I called the zoning committee on the Monday after that, and they told me all that was zone AGC. I don't know how the discrepancy came about. I hope it can be cleared up and we can get this matter behind us. Two questions. How do we know when we're going to be on the agenda? This got postponed. I don't know how or why. And how are we going to know when it's going to come back up again? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Since that question is a matter of procedure, I don't mind answering that from the council bench. It was deferred for the first 2 weeks and will be on the next council agenda. Do we have a motion on consent?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, consent agenda is approved. We do not have any items for old or new business. Committee and other reports, Finance and Operations Committee, Chairwoman Allison Love.
All righty, we met today at 5:40. Councilman Atkins and I were present, and we had some board and commission appointments, and they are as follows, our recommendations. Employee Grievance Committee, the recommendation to appoint Brianna Fazio for a first term, the appointment of Jeremy Wade for a first term, and the appointment, of Dean Hendricks for a first term. Keep York County Beautiful, we recommended the appointment of Janet Atkinson for a first term for an at-large seat. Catawba Mental Health Board, the recommendation for consideration of the appointment of Jeffrey Ellison for a first term. Board of Zoning Appeals, the recommendation for the appointment of Lauren Abert for a first term for District 3. And York County Forever, the recommendation for consideration of appointment for Pierre Langevin. I'm not sure how you say his name, so I apologize if that's not right, and that's for District 7. Finally, York County Natural Gas Board, the appointment of April Simpkins for a first term. We also recommend the allocation of discretionary funds from District 4 to Rock Hill Central City Optimist Club in the amount of $5,000, and to the District 2 allocation for Young Life of Western York County. We have deferred the discussion regarding personnel ordinance modifications to our next Finance and Operations Committee, and we approved the minutes from the last meeting. So,
Thank you, ma'am. Do we have any council member new non-agenda comments?
Is this thing on?
Ms. Riding?
I want to first go back and definitely thank our outgoing county manager, David Husband. He was my third county manager, and I've already told Josh will be my last county manager. David certainly helped us accomplish a lot of good things in this county. Like Christy said, he's very low-key, doesn't like the limelight, doesn't like to be all out front, but he does his job, does it at a high level, and we're certainly going to miss his contribution, his expertise that he brought to the county. Wish him well in his life after York County. I'm sure he's going to be involved, and you will probably see more of him than we heard from him over these past 4 or 5 years. But certainly, hat goes off to him. He did a commendable job for us, and we certainly want to welcome in Mr. Josh Edwards. I had the pleasure of having lunch with him. Took him to one of our local eateries over in District 4, and I think he'll be going back again, probably without me a couple of times, but certainly glad to have him. And like I said, he will be my last county manager, so if we get rid of him in the next 2 years, I'm out of here too. So, but I think he's going to be around for a great while. Looking forward to his strategic planning expertise and things that he brings to the table. Him and Kevin, I think, are going to team up and do some real good work for us here at the county. Definitely want to thank Ray and Mary for putting this diabetic Run for Life on. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I know what kids are going through. I know what I go through as a type 2. So thank you, and if I'm able to get off, and hopefully my job is listening, I'm scheduled to work this day, but if I'm able to get off, I will definitely participate in the run, and I will post to my social media to try to boost support in the area for this great cause. Thank you guys for putting this together, you and your team, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity to make it out and support it this year. And that's about it.
I just want to reiterate, thanks to David Hudspeth. I consider him a very long-term friend going forward, and it's great when you can work with people and have a good enough relationship that they still want to talk to you after somebody's left a job like he's had. And it's certainly not been an easy job being at the helm of this county. And with that, I want to welcome also the next person at the helm, Josh. I just want to say that, you know, when we interviewed folks for this job, we had great candidates, but he just stood out over and above, and we felt like he was going to be a great fit. And that's what's important in any puzzle, is that you end up with the right corner piece. And so welcome to York County, and I'm looking forward to working with you, and we're gonna continue to do great things as a council going forward. So y'all keep your eyes on us.
Yeah, I want to welcome Josh, and best of luck to David. I talked to Debbie earlier today, and we're hoping that they find out what's wrong with her son, so we need to keep her in our prayers. And I wanted to remind you that May the 4th, the town of Fort Mill is having its 15th annual Strawberry Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on another note, any of y'all that's ready to plant your garden and all, you need to be checking with the FFA groups on their spring plant sales. I think this past weekend, Clover, they sold all the way out, but I think York still has plants available. And also this morning I had the pleasure to go to Bethany Elementary's ribbon cutting on their new addition, and it was really nice.
Thank you, sir. I guess the first thing I'll say to our county managers, don't get used to these meetings going this quickly. We have a lot more that we do. I know you've watched enough to get that spin, but I did want to say, I was reminded that today, or this week, is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. So anytime anyone calls 911 and you get that dispatcher, those are the folks that we're thanking this week. They're the people that put us in the hands of the fire, the police, either ambulances, anyone who needs our help. And they do a fabulous job, and they're one of the unsung heroes in our community. I was reminded that we have 6 telecommunicators at a time that's on the clock. That's for 300,000 people in our county. They're the ones that field the calls. They do a tremendous job, and we appreciate the work that they do, and I appreciate John Carter for reminding me of this week. And we certainly do want to celebrate them and thank them for the job they do. At this time, do we have a motion for executive session?
We do. I make a motion that we go into executive session to hear about a prospective contractual matter regarding property acquisition.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, we'll move straight into executive session. We are out of executive session. No action was taken. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.